Hello and welcome back to Monkey Gardening. Last few days have been pretty cold and chilly and wet in places, but it's starting to warm up now, and the outlook, the forecast looks dry and getting warm again. I thought I'd start with something different today. I'm going to have a go at growing some ginger. So this piece of ginger I bought from the supermarket, and it's just been sat on the shelf in the kitchen, in a fairly warm kitchen I guess, and you can see that it's already started sprouting. When you buy it in the supermarket, you'll notice these sort of nodules on it, and these nodules are where it sprouts from. So I've been doing some research. It's a tropical plant, so it's not the easiest thing to grow in the UK, but from watching a few videos online, I've been told the strategy is to soak this in water overnight, and then put it in a pot and not water it again until you see leaves coming out. Apparently if I put this in the ground and then water it, it will just turn all mushy in the soil. I've not grown this before, we'll give it a go, but I imagine it's going to have to live under glass for pretty all of its life, unless it's really hot outside. So yeah, I'll soak this in water tonight, and I'll show you if anything happens in a future episode. Before we catch up with what's been going on in the monkey garden the last couple of days, a couple of shout outs. So firstly, hello to Ruby. Hi Ruby, thank you for watching Monkey Gardening. I hope you're doing okay. Thank you for leaving comments on my videos. Hopefully when things are better you can come and see the garden for yourself. Actually, I've just been reminded that it's Ruby's birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday Ruby. Hope you have a great day. Hope to see you again soon. And also I want to say hello to my dad, who's built some raised beds himself. Like me, he had to wait for compost, but he's planted some potatoes, and yeah, you should be able to see a photo of his raised bed now. And he's also got some rocket seeds growing, which he planted directly in the ground. I've got mine started off in trays, so yeah, pretty impressed with that, Dad. Hope to see you again soon. So yeah, let's catch up with what's been happening in the monkey garden for the last couple of days. Okay, so I'm just doing my rounds, watering things, and on the strawberry plants, just noticed, let me show you, on the back, you see that frothy white stuff at the bottom? That's what's commonly known as cuckoo spit. Unsurprisingly, it's not actually cuckoo spit. It's a little creature called a frog hopper that's a pest. It wraps itself in this protective sort of foamy liquid stuff. They're called frog hoppers because they can jump so high. So what I'm going to do is just get my little bottle of water with a hole in the lid and just spray this foam off. You can see there's a bit more there as well. I don't need to use any chemicals or anything, I just need to get rid of the little blighter, so I'll do that now. So I'm just having a look at my lettuce patch. The plants are all doing fine, apart from this one, which, yeah, it's dead. It's a bit sad, never mind. That's the reason why we grow more than we need. So yeah, I'll put one of these backup plants in that spot. Otherwise, seems to be doing fine. Just having a little sort out of the raised bed. And unfortunately these basil plants have got brown spots on, if you can see, which is caused by a bacterial infection. These plants aren't very happy anyway, so rather than try and save them or risk it spreading, I'm just going to throw these out. I've got another basil plant that's looking a lot healthier over here in the cloche, so yeah, there's no point really. If you've got some kind of diseased plant, just get rid of it, and they're not doing very well anyway. The wind's died down today, but it's still pretty cold. Because of the wind, absolutely everything is covered in these seed things from the tree. So my first job is to clear all that up, and then I've got some new plants from a friend of mine, Emily. Some stuff that she's grown, which I swapped for some courgette plants and some lettuce and some spinach from my garden. So we'll have a look at that later. First of all, I'm going to have a bit of a tidy up. Right, see you later. The other thing I need to do today is to net things up a bit more. I haven't seen any squirrels for ages, but looking around the garden this morning I can see they've been back, they've been digging around. They've not damaged anything yet, but I need to net off this bed properly, and find places for these containers to live where they're not going to get too disturbed by the squirrels. I've gotten away with it so far, but I don't want to risk anything, so yeah, lots of netting up to do today. Okay, so I've had a bit of a tidy up. I've started netting up this bed. Once again I've run out of netting, so I've just ordered some more, but I can improvise with some of this wire that I've got. Just potting up some of the rainbow chard into little pots, which are sitting here in the salad bed. What else am I doing? Watering things in the polytunnel, and then my next job will be to get the plants out of the car that I got from my mate yesterday, and then I can have a look at that and see what we got and what it all needs. I was just having a look in my potato patch. I just scraped back some of the soil just to check how deep the potatoes are, and I came across this little monster, some kind of insect pupa. I've just looked it up, and it's a tiger moth larva, or pupal stage. Yeah, that's quite interesting. I'll probably just put it in the ground somewhere. So this box of plants came from my friend Emily. Hello Emily, if you're watching. So Emily grows loads of stuff. So here are a load of tomato plants. I've decided that what I'm going to do today is plant up the remaining courgettes, and then I'm going to move this cloche into a more sunny position, and then all of my tomatoes will live inside that. Here we have some French beans, I think. No, sorry, these are Butternut beans, and then behind that there's some French beans. So I need to decide where they need to go, but they need planting up straight away by the look of it. So yeah, lots of planting up to do today, and general moving around of things. Yeah, it's getting pretty busy out here now. I could really do another bed, I think. I might start thinking about putting another bed down. Anyway, we'll see how we go. I've just been topping up this pea bed with some more pea seedlings out of this tray. Focus. Now before I close up the netting, I'm going to dress the surface of this with some of the new compost. Peas seem to be doing really well. They're clinging onto the strings okay. Probably need to put a few more at the top before they reach there, but otherwise looking good. So again, these ones on the right I'm growing up for my main crop of Mange 2, and the rows here for pea shoots. So it doesn't really matter, I'm cramming them in on this side because it doesn't matter, they're never going to grow all that tall, because I'm going to keep cutting them off. It's another cold day in the monkey garden. Bit of rain this morning. I've got my tea. I'm going to get a few jobs done. I'm going to show you first the potatoes are starting to come through. So the ones that were chitted, they've started to sprout. There's some more here. The ones that aren't chitted haven't come through yet, but hopefully they will do soon. So my first job is to pot up the tomatoes that I got from Emily. There's several different varieties, so I'm going to pot those up, and I may pot up the beans as well today, the Butternut and the French. See how we get on. Yeah, everything seems to be fairly happy. The courgettes in the ground are going a little bit yellow. That's either because of the cold or because I've overwatered them slightly. Just keep an eye on those. They seem okay though. I've been potting stuff up. There's my sweet corn potted up. What else? Some more spinach there, waiting to be planted in the bed, but I'll probably wait until a warmer day to do that. It's happy enough under the polytunnel for now. Some more spinach at the end. Yeah, it's cold today, so I'm just going to leave the fleece on the lettuce. I can sit there and be nice and cosy. So yeah, I'll get on and pot up the tomatoes. Okay, take two. I've changed my mind. These tomatoes are still pretty small and they look happy in these little containers, so I'm going to leave them as they are today, especially as it's got pretty chilly. But these beans, they really need planting up. I've not got any more space in the bed, so these are going to go in a container. Though I may consider building another bed at some point. That's the Butternut beans planted up. They seem like pretty healthy plants. This one's been nibbled at, but we'll give it a go. If you don't know what Butternut beans are, they're closely related to kidney beans. They're sometimes called cranberry beans. They're sort of, the bean is sort of white with a sort of reddy pink streaks on. So yeah, I've already watered below the roots. I'm not going to add any more water now. I'll stick a few canes for them to grow against, but I don't need to do that right now. Here we are back in Seedling Corner. There's no seedlings here at the moment, but I'm finally going to get round to doing some chilies later on, and they'll live in the heated propagator. But this was the mushroom block that I started off, if you saw in an earlier episode. Unfortunately, it's not done anything. It's been here, I think, 10 days now. Been keeping it damp. It's grown some fungus, but not the kind of fungus we want. So yeah, I think this block was just hanging around for too long. It was over a year since it was given to me. So yeah, we're just going to throw this out. But I do want to have another go at growing some mushrooms, so I might get hold of a kit. But yeah, I'm just going to throw this away for now. So yeah, that's about it for Seedling Corner. And let's go and have a look, a last tour around the garden and see where things are now, so I can bring you right up to date. Okay, so let's start over here. So this is just my little watering station. I've got quite a lot of stuff now, so keeping an eye on watering is a constant job. Also, keep growing stuff in little pots. Little pots dry out really quickly. You just turn your back and the thing's dried out. So I want to pot up these tomatoes quite soon, get them into some bigger pots, so I'm not constantly having to do this. Here I've got some, what is this? Cabbage. So yeah, I'm a bit slow on brassicas again. Growing everything from seed, it takes a lot longer. Here's the first lot of lettuce that I sowed. I don't really need any more of this now. I might just eat it as it is. I've got plenty of lettuce seedlings, as you'll see in a second. Let's go over to the main bed. This is one of the sunniest spots of the garden, so I try and get everything on here that wants sun. So you can see my courgettes in containers. They seem very happy. As I showed you earlier on, a few of the ones in the ground are looking a bit yellow. I've stopped watering them, and they seem to be improving a little bit, so I'm not too worried about those. Here is my butternut squash, which I've potted up. It finally seems to be getting some growth going. Must be what it needed. And the broad beans are doing well. I'm pleased with how straight up they're standing. When I've grown them in the past, they're quite often flopping around in the wind, but these ones seem to have a decent backbone, so they seem happy there. Down here I've got rocket, which I need to prick out and work out where it's going to live, but first of all I'll prick it out into pots, grow it on to proper plug plants, and then put it in the ground. Here's some more spinach. Again, I need to prick this out and put it in pots, get it going on. I've got some other stuff, other spinach you'll see in a moment that I've already done that with. Okay, so all hit down here is the stuff that lives under the polytunnel, but when the sun's out and it's warm I take the polytunnel off. So here's some basil, which seems okay. It's very slow growing, but it seems alright. And then here I've got some herbs. Herbs are finally coming on. For whatever reason I'm having trouble getting herbs going this year. I think in my first video I said they were easy to do, everyone should grow them. But anyway, so here I've got thyme and coriander, and more coriander, and more thyme, more tomato plants. These are mine. You'll see the ones from Emily in a moment. More coriander, more tomatoes. Need to pot those up. At the moment it's just a constant cycle of potting things up into larger pots. And at the back here we've got our experimental what is it, sweet gum, which I haven't grown before, but it absolutely loves the sun. It wants to be as hot as possible. Okay, so that's the main bed. Moving over here, strawberries, rosemary. I had some leftover pea shoot plants. I've run out of room in the pea bed, so I've just stuck them in a container. I'll grow them on a bit. Again, I can use it for salads. The strawberries in this planter have really come on. If you look in the first video of monkey gardening, you'll see how sad this looked at the end of winter. Strawberries are really resilient plants. So yeah, there's nice big flowers here. There's loads of bees around here. This is the salad bed. Everything's crammed in here at the moment because it's been so cold. I've had fleece over here and I've not taken the fleece off for a few days. So I've got other stuff in here just to keep them warm. But eventually this will just be lettuce and then some spinach at the end. And here are the spinach plants. So these are ones you saw me potting up. So these will live in this bed. This is an extra tray of lettuce. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this now. I've got enough lettuce growing in the bed, so I'll probably give this away and find somewhere else so it can live. Here's the chard, which I grew from seed. I've potted up to try and get it established into plants. It seems to be very slow growing, but we're getting there. And then, quite excitingly, we saw in a previous video that my rainbow chard wasn't doing much. I was just going to yank it out of the ground, and then I looked online. They said, oh, if you cut it off at the ground, it should regenerate, and it actually has. So you can see new leaves coming. I'm quite amazed with that. The other one, which I did the same thing to, doesn't seem to have done anything. It looks like it's completely dead. So this I'll just take out of the ground. But yeah, it's amazing what regrows when you threaten it with death. What else? Lemongrass, which has never been happy outside. Maybe I should have kept it indoors. More board beans that didn't have space in the bed, I've got in containers. More herbs from last year. They're doing really well. More courgettes in containers. Sweet peas. Don't seem the happiest. I've got some more seedlings, sweet peas, which I'll probably stick in there later on today. Some more lettuce left over, more strawberry. The onions are doing well, although you can see that they're leaning over quite a lot. I think they would have preferred a sunnier position. They're leaning this way because that way is south. It's a north facing garden. Yeah, it's quite a good rule of thumb actually. If you want to work out which way is south, look to see which way trees are leaning, or which way plants are leaning. Trees always lean towards the south. Or you can look at satellite dishes on houses. They generally face south or southeast. Radishes coming on. The second ones that I sowed seem to be a lot healthier. Yes, we should have some radishes to pick soon. The blackberry is absolutely covered in flowers. And again, the bees are loving these. So we should get quite a lot of fruit off this, hopefully. Raspberry's doing the same, not as many flowers, but seems to be a happy and healthy plant. A couple of sunflowers here. Again, they'll be potted up again into larger pots. But the end of the garden's one of the sunnier spots, so they'll just live here for now. Peas are getting higher and higher. Yeah, they all seem happy. Try not to overwater things, which is quite difficult. The tendency is to overwater things because you want to look after your plants. You think, oh, what can I do for the plant? I need to water it. But if you give them too much water, it's as bad as giving them too little. I find it a difficult balancing act as well. If you see yellowing, that normally means that the plant's under some kind of stress. So if you know that you have been watering, then stop watering for a bit. If you haven't been watering, then give them some water. It can be tricky. It's getting the balance in the bed is tricky. Containers dry out pretty quickly. It's quite difficult to overwater things that are in containers. And the smaller the container is, as I said before, the more it dries out. On the potting table, a few straggly lettuce plants. Well, not that straggly, but they're kind of left behind. Some other bits and bobs. I've got a load more sunflowers here. I might pot up some of those today. Maybe give some away. These are my potatoes, which I'm still chitting. I've put some of these into a container bag. hopefully see this sat in there with their sprouts just sticking out the surface. I need to water that in. Another broad bean plant at the back. What else we've got here? Some stray coriander flowers and chard that I haven't picked out. I'll probably get rid of that now, which is not really doing much useful. I should have said hello to David when I was saying hello to Ruby. Hello David, if you're watching this. Hope you're doing okay. And I look forward to playing chess with you again sometime soon. Yep, so that's it. Thanks for joining me in the monkey garden, and I'll see you on the next one.